In this tutorial in Titler Pro, we're going to show you how to use keyframes with imported objects in your titles. I have Titler Pro 1.5 for this illustration. It's an add-on in my copy of PowerDirector. So I have taken Titler Pro 1.5, dragged it down to my track number 1 in my timeline, and you see I already put the words in that say back to school. I'll double click on that, and it brings up my Titler Pro editing window. So what I'd like to do is add a school bus to my back to school. So I'm going to click on my file menu and then click on import image. That takes me to my images. I'm going to click down here on my school bus and it will drop it in the center, which is the default. Now you know what it does is wherever my playhead was is where it begins to insert the image. So if I go ahead and play this, will pop up at that moment in time. Well, I want the image to be there all the time, so I'll simply take it and drag it. So it's the same length as the length of my title. But I want to do something different with my image. I want to have it start coming in from the right side of the screen and having the bus drive to the right side. Now there's certain kinds of transitions I might be able to apply to do something like that. If I click on my fly past, I have some that I can try, and these are kind of cool transitions. They might be fun if I hold the mouse over each of them, but you know, maybe I can't find one. Let's try the fly in. Well, that's not what I want. That comes in, but it doesn't control it the way I want. When a transition doesn't exactly do the job, use a keyframe. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go back out of my transitions and just click on, make sure I'm on the Object tab. And here I have something that says Turn on Keyframing. Now, unfortunately, in this version 1.5 of Titler Pro, any shape is simply called Shape. I can't rename this School Bus. I right-click on it, and there's no option here. So what I want to do is take it and start it on the right and have it put across the screen in the 8 seconds of my title. How do I do that? Well, we're going to start by moving the playhead to the very left side, and then we're going to turn on keyframing. Now keyframe basically controls the attributes of the object it controls, whether it's text or graphics, whatever, at that moment in time. So at 00 on my title, whatever I apply here will apply when the title begins. So I want to take that keyframe, and it starts with number 1. I'm going to take my X position. If I go up here to position, my X is horizontal. I'm going to drag it all the way to the left outside the screen. Now I can see it's here because I can move it left and right just by using my slider, but I'm going to move it off the screen so it's going to start there. Then I'm going to take the playhead and move it to the end of the title, and then make sure the shape is still highlighted. I will take it and I will move it and we'll drag it off to the other side of the screen. And so now I have controlled, I said at this moment in time the position is way right. At this time it's way left, so I'll go ahead and play it, and it will go ahead and make the bus move across the screen during the course of my title. So I have absolute control here over the positioning. Now what if I want to go, say, when it's somewhere near the middle, and I want to freeze it? Well, I can add another keyframe. Now this is keyframe 1 and this is keyframe 2, but if I add another one, the middle one becomes keyframe 2. This is now keyframe 3. So it will reorder the numbers according to their position in your timeline. So keyframe 2, we're going to leave it here. Now how do I, so it will move. Right now it won't change anything. If I go ahead and play it, if you watch, it will go just like it did before. I just set the keyframe. That's keyframe 2. And so why did I do that? Well, if I want to freeze it, I need to copy this keyframe. If I right-click, I have an option that says Copy Keyframe. and it copied that. Now I'll move over here and I'll right click and I'll do paste keyframe. So the values that I had in keyframe, which was keyframe number 2, are copied into keyframe number 3. And so that makes sure that I don't have any change. It actually freezes the image. So if we go ahead and play this, it'll move in, hit that keyframe and stop, and then it'll move in out later. If you want to change the speed of it coming in and moving out, all I need to do is change the position of the keyframe. Easiest way to do that is drag on the blue ball with the mouse. I can make it come in fast like this and hold for this duration and then drive away. So we'll go ahead and we'll play this, and there it's going out, and there it's coming in faster, and now it stays still, and then now it moves away. And you can change more than one attribute on a keyframe. Let's assume that I want it to come in smaller. I can click on keyframe 1, or I can click on the blue ball. And I find on the edges it's easier to click on the keyframe names in the keyframe box here. And let's also change the scale now at this point in time. Let's make it a smaller bus that starts to come in. Okay, and so all we've changed is the attributes again at this point in time. If I play it, it comes in and it enlarges and gets bigger. And let's take the last keyframe, keyframe 4, and then I'll reduce it again so it will drive away and it will get smaller between keyframe 3 and keyframe 4. So we'll go ahead and move the playhead here. And now, as it drives away, it gets smaller. Gets bigger, freezes, and then it gets smaller. And you can change as many of the attributes as you want. You can also make it drive away. Let's look at keyframe 4 again. Okay. And let's take keyframe 4 and make it start to fade. So we'll change the opacity at keyframe 4 way down to 0. And so we'll go ahead, go to the beginning, and then we'll play it. Comes in, freezes, and then it moves out and it fades as it does. So the nice thing is you have a maximum control over any image that you use in your title as you begin to use these attributes on a particular keyframe. We hope you find this helpful as you grow in your knowledge of Titler Pro.